Hey everyone, it's Chris Loud. Today we're exploring how to create tension and balance in intuitive abstract painting using a prompt called Shape Conversation. The prompt is simple. We give ourselves 15 minutes to paint. We use burnt sienna, cerulean blue, olive green, or the closest colors you have to those, plus black and white. And the goal is to paint two shapes that feel like they're interacting through angle, proximity, contrast, or visual weight, and then introduce a third mediator shape to balance them. Before we get going, I want to say a quick thank you to Lindy and Barbara for their super thanks donations, and a big thank you to Katie, May, Wes, and another Katie for your Ko-Fi donations. I really appreciate all of your support. It truly means a lot and helps me keep making these intuitive abstract painting demos. Also, if you're curious about the materials I'm using, everything will be listed down below in the description. And at the end of the video, I'll show you 3 additional paintings that use the same prompt so we can see how much variety one simple structure can create. And you can see that I started off with a fountain pen, doing a little bit of mark making. And I pushed the ink reservoir a little bit to get some nice thick drops of ink on the nib. So when I shook it, it kind of splattered and gave me some drops there. And then took my finger and kind of smudged those around just to give a little bit of underpainting interest. And I'm going to come in with a clay stamp, just one that I took some clay and pressed it into a basket that we had in our house, and use that to make some patterns on the surface. Now, when I say shapes, I don't necessarily mean something outlined with a clear border. Shapes can simply be areas of colors, or shifts in value, or clusters of marks, or textured zones. They don't need a hard edge to exist. Sometimes a shape is just a visual presence, a weight on the surface, and that's enough to create interaction. When we paint abstractly, shapes kind of become the characters. They're not objects and they're not literal subjects. They're energy. As soon as we place 2 shapes on the page, even if they're just loose areas of colors, they begin interacting. They might lean toward each other. They might pull away. They might overlap or interrupt, or just even quietly coexist. That interaction creates some kind of tension, and tension doesn't always mean conflict. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's just a quiet push and pull. You know, what we're really exploring here is relationship. Now, here's something interesting about this particular demo. I'm sure you've already noticed that. The prompt suggests painting 2 shapes first and then adding the mediator. But in this painting, I actually did the opposite. I started with what would traditionally be the mediator and then added 2 larger shapes afterwards. And what's interesting is that instead of calming things down, that mediator almost becomes the source of tension. It holds space. It kind of divides and interrupts. And sometimes the shape that's supposed to balance everything is actually the thing creating friction. And that's a great reminder that prompts are frameworks, not rules. We can reverse them. We can reinterpret them. We can let intuition lead instead of following instructions step by step. With the other 3 paintings that I'll show at the end, I follow the prompt more closely. But this one, I wanted to change things up a little. So there are a few ways we create tension in abstract painting. Angle changes the energy immediately. Proximity affects how charged a space feels. And contrast, warm versus cool, or dark versus light, or soft versus hard edges, that builds visual dialogue. But one of the biggest elements here is visual weight. Darker areas feel heavier. Larger shapes feel more dominant. And dense marks carry more weight than open space. A dark band can feel grounding or heavy, while a lighter open area can feel airy and, or even unstable. And balance isn't just about symmetry. It's about distributing visual weight in a way that feels stable, even if it's uneven. And sometimes that slight imbalance is exactly what gives the painting life. The mediator shape, that doesn't have to be bold or obvious. In this one, it really is. But it might be just a thin line or a subtle band of color or a shift in value or a cluster of marks. It doesn't even have to look like a separate object. It's some of the additional paintings that I'll show later. The mediator is clear and more traditional. In this one, it behaves differently. It complicates the relationship instead of resolving it. That's the beauty of intuitive abstract painting. We're not forcing harmony, we're exploring balance. And in this piece, I'm layering with brushes, and I'm also bringing in that fountain pen for expressive line, a stamp for repetition and rhythm, a brayer for atmosphere, and a color shaper for thinning and edge control, and baby wipes for subtraction, kind of pulling some of that paint away. And each tool affects visual weight. A sharp black line adds tension. A wiped back area softens that surface. A dense stamped cluster increases the gravity in that area. So shapes don't need borders to exist. They emerge through contrast and texture and value. Tools influence tone, and tone influences balance. And honestly, I love working with a prompt like this because it helps me strengthen my intuitive decision making. These help us recognize visual weight and adjust balance and explore tension without needing subject matter, and helps us trust our instincts. And when we see the 3 additional paintings at the end, we'll notice how the same framework leads to completely different interpretations. Some lean toward tension, some toward calm, and some feel more structured, some feel more open. It's one structure, endless variations. And here are the close-ups of this painting, and I'll show you the final painting in different orientations as well. If you like more exercises like this, I've linked my 50 abstract warm-up painting prompts in the description. It's really a great way to keep building intuition and compositional confidence in your art practice. As you can see, I've got more paintings showing up now that use the same prompt, and this one right here was the first one I did. It's a little more basic. I'll show you these in different orientations. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more limited palette explorations or more prompt demos like this, feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you have any feedback or questions, I'd love for you to leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, and keep on painting.